actress Rachel McAdams is being celebrated for embracing her natural assets. That's after appearing in a new magazine photo shoot with her armpit hair showing. This is what she had to say.
Life is long, shaving is intense. Always have shaving cream. And then if you want to stop shaving again one day, that's okay too.
Well, that's generated quite a bit of debate online. And joining me now to cut through all this is armpit hair advocate Ellie Fishleigh. Lovely to have you in the studio. And media personality Lizzie Cundy. Hello, Lizzie. Good to have you on board. So let's start with you. Hi. Ellie, you are somebody who believes let it grow long, let it go strong, just like the beautiful hair that grows from your head.
Yes, it does match my hair, but I think three key reasons I'm into it. Firstly, it's supposed to be there. Secondly, I don't like being told what to do. And thirdly, I just like it.
When you say you like the look, the feel, the smell, what do you like about it?
That's not the best thing about it. I smell whether or not I shave, so that's not really the problem.
Right.
But I like the look. I think I'm somebody who prefers to embrace the way that I look naturally. I came to a place in my life in my early 20s where I suddenly thought, wow, I look really great. And I think it just looks natural on me and it suits me. But the best thing you can wear is confidence.
Yeah.
So as long as you feel comfortable with it, then yeah, it's nice.
And obviously the reaction that Rachel McAdams has provoked, and that echoes, people will remember the time when Julia Roberts was at a very glamorous premiere wearing a superb Lurex silver threaded dress, and she waved to the crowd and enormous sprouts of armpit hair were shown, and the world just kind of burst into complete kind of, I don't know, meltdown because of it. So when you do lean back casually, as Rachel McAdams is doing in the picture, and show your armpit hair, what kind of reaction do you provoke?
So generally people don't tend to say anything. If somebody else actually shares my belief, belief is a strong word for it, but if they're also a fan of it, then they'll sort of give me a smile. But I've never had any problem with it. I've never had, people go, oh, men don't like it. I've never had an issue with that either. I think people want somebody that's just happy with themselves. That's more important.
Let me bring Lizzie into this discussion. Lizzie, what do you make of this? Would you consider letting your hair under your arms grow long and strong?
Never, ever, ever. For me, Vanessa, I find it quite grotesque. It's not just unattractive, but it's actually unhygienic. It really does, because hair, attracts odour and bacteria. It actually isn't very healthy. And I bought Ellie a present. I wish I was in the studio. It's called a razor. And I heard it was her birthday coming up, so I bought one specially.
I do own those. I do challenge you to try not shaving yours, though.
Well, no, I would never do that, and I'll tell you why. I mean, even all men, I like their armpit hair to be trimmed. And I remember being on a date, and this guy lifted his arm up with a real bush of hair, and there was actually a daddy long legs in there. I mean, insect was in there that gets caught in long hair. But it is actually very unhygienic, and we have to say, smells give you the perception of someone, and odours do last longer in that hair, and it is, as I said, very, very unhygienic.
I don't think Ellie will agree. She said that the smell is no different with or without the hair.
What struck me there is I think you've had one traumatic experience of a daddy long legs in the armpit, which I've never experienced that, luckily. But I think what's interesting is that you don't see it as a double standard. For me, the problem is when men are allowed to be hairy and smelly, and for women it's somehow unnatural. If you also just don't like men to have hairy armpits, then I suppose that you've come to that decision because you prefer to have that slick look. But for me, I think that the idea that it's entrenched that women need to look and behave a certain way, that they need to groom their bodies, in many ways to make themselves look a lot more like children. When you had smooth legs, no underarm hair, like when you were younger, the idea that you have to emulate a prepubescent child, even though you're a fully grown adult in your 30s, 40s, 50s, that's the issue. So
do you think, Lizzie, that we have unquestioningly accepted some kind of diktat that you can only be attractive if you do a certain thing, and we've kind of absorbed it in the way that we've grown up without even questioning it, and at least Ellie's asking questions and fighting back, and you and I've just succumbed without any kind of fight in us. We're like, okay, all right, we'll shave whatever you say.
This is it. What is wrong with looking feminine? What's wrong with us looking like a woman and not having hairy legs or hairy armpits? There's nothing wrong with that. It's like Keir Starmer doesn't know what a woman is. Well, I'm proud to be a woman. I'm proud to be feminine. I like my men to be men. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
So they're only a man or a woman if they shave bits off themselves.
It's unhygienic. And for me, I find it unattractive. And I think Rachel here, McAdams, who has done this press with her armpit hair, has done this just to get a reaction because she needs the screen time and it's publicity. I really do, because I don't always think she's had hairy armpits.
The issue is that you're seeing it as a radical statement for her to do this. The fact that any woman will go against the norm, have hairy legs, hairy underarms, and you think she's making a big thing out of it. I don't not do it for a political statement. It's just my preference. But if other people perceive it to be such an issue that it's like I'm taking a stance just by living my life the way that I was born, that's the problem. And I think that, you know, you're right that my generation do see things differently, and that if people like me can just normalise it, it won't be such a big thing anymore.
So I was asked before the show, Vanessa, what do you think about this? And the real answer is I don't think about it very much at all, because you absorb this kind of conditioning so deeply, pretty much from birth. You don't think about it. You just behave in a certain way without even examining it, even though I like to believe I lead the examined life. I obviously don't always. And I said I believe everybody should grow and sprout whatever tufts they like in any parts of their body without anybody else having anything whatsoever to say about it. However, if I'm being completely honest, there's no point doing this if I'm not. I, like Lizzie, have pretty much been raised and conditioned not to like the look of it and to feel somehow affronted or a little bit shocked or kind of repulsed or revolted by something that, as Ellie quite rightly says, Lizzie, does naturally grow from our bodies. It's not like we're looking at some strange foreign matter and, oh, my God, what is this hideous eruption? It's only hair. It's only in our own armpits. We shouldn't really, should we? I know there's not much should about the way we behave in life, but should we be as repulsed as we definitely are by this?
Well, no, look, not everyone is repulsed. Obviously, Ellie isn't repulsed. But for me and for you, Vanessa, we like to take pride in how we look. And I don't want to be in a bikini with loads of hair sprouting out. I'm sorry, I don't want a big bush hanging out. I just don't.
I'm not sure I'd have the nerve to be in a bikini anyway. That's the problem
with that.
I could imagine, Lizzie, you're in a bikini, a really beautiful one, and then the hair under your arms is plaited neatly into lovely little plaits with a little bead, a little pearl or a diamante, a jewel on the end of each one, and you put your hands behind your back, and men swoon and women are envious, and you've never looked more glamorous or more gorgeous.
Bring it on.
That.
Well, there
Ellie
you go.
likes that one.
Maybe, Vanessa, maybe I'll try it, but really, I don't want that. And as I say, once again, odour sticks to hair. And we are, you know, we're drawn to people by smell. I really don't want to smell badly. I don't like BO. I'm sorry if Ellie doesn't enjoy that and likes hairy armpits.
BO anyway.
I don't. And many other women don't either.
Ladies, it's been a delight. Thank you very much indeed. We have to always address the very serious issues of the day. And